Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, where we've returned to the Xbox Series X version of the sim to see how the beta is going along with the Xbox. Because we haven't been on here for a couple weeks, and we've had quite a few builds going on, and I never realized there was a dynamic background for Flight Sim on the Xbox as well. So, switched to that, made it look really nice, and let's dive on in. So hopefully everybody's having a fantastic Thursday. Forgot what day it is. But yeah, hopefully everyone's having a fantastic Thursday. Almost to the weekend. And yeah, so we'll just kind of dive into random stuff. Anytime we go to the Xbox version of the sim, we don't do really full flights or anything. I like to dive into a bunch of other aircraft. Like we'll try out some airliners just to see how performance is, go to bigger airports, and kind of just weave our way through the landscape of the Xbox version of the sim just to see what's going on and how it's handling pretty much all that going on. And thank you, Landing Channel. I like having clean thumbnails, just the plane, and absolutely. Glad you enjoy them. That's awesome to hear. But yeah, I always like to start from the dashboard just to kind of test out, just a full boot of the sim, fresh boot. See how long it takes to load into it, because I know a lot of people always bring that question up, so that's why I always like to showcase it. And I also start on the dashboard, that way people aren't like, oh, this is an Xbox, it's just just trying to get ahead of the curve and eliminate anybody thinking otherwise, all I do know is the last couple builds, I've been doing a lot of just random flights with Pilops, of course, on the PC side of things recently. And the last couple builds that have come out have been great performance-wise on the PC, so I'm hoping we'll see some improvements here on the Xbox side of it as well. For those of you that are only flying on Xbox, it'll definitely be nicer to have a much better experience than what we had when it originally released. Obviously, there's been improvements since then, but yeah, still hoping to see more and more as we get through these sim updates. Because, yeah, we'll dive into helicopters and stuff, too. We'll just kind of do little stints of flying. Because I don't want to focus too much on just, like, one certain thing. It's crazy. I've heard several times that more people with the Xbox Series X have more problems and stutters than people with the Series S. That's very surprising. I guess we'll see how we're doing here. So, I think we'll start with the de Havilland that we have in the thumbnail, just because, and then we'll focus on big airports, because obviously that's where more of the chaos ensues, so we're going to continue trying that out. So let's pop up over here. Well, here, let's just see how long it takes for the map to load. Already getting some building. Oh, okay. Not too bad, honestly. And it's not like it's a low-res version of it either. It's actually pretty nice. Set as departure, and let's load on in. Hey, Barry! How are you doing this fine Thursday? I forgot the day again, goodness. And London, yes, this is the latest beta build in Sim Update 3, absolutely. Is that a museum like 747 up there? That's pretty cool. So this is a hand-drawn airport in Atlanta. Or handcrafted, whatever you want to call it. And Elska1, greetings from Spain. I gave up 24 pretty much from the beginning. Since it was released and stick to 2020, I have tried several times since then, but it does not seem very reliable yet. From my experience, I don't use third-party stuff, so I don't have to deal with any random issues with that, but I'm almost to 1,000 hours now in this sim, and it's been getting better and better. I mean, obviously there's been some hiccups in the beta, that's to be expected, but for the release builds and stuff, I think it's definitely seeing some great improvement. Loaded in pretty quick, buildings are already all set up, got all the Delta airline. This is actually a pretty cool handcrafted airport. I don't think I've ever really flown to Atlanta before. The Renaissance Hotel. Really good detail. It's not all low res. Obviously some low frames, but that's to be expected in an airport like this. Good draw distance. I can see the terminal over there. Clouds are looking great. I mean, honestly, I'm satisfied. So it looks like it... Okay, I see what's happening. Let's try that again. What is that plane doing? I suppose it's landing, but it just looks really weird. Oh, there goes somebody. Nice. I think this plane's just a bit wonky anyways, because I don't think this has received any updates since release either. So, I mean, we'll test out other planes, of course, like I've been talking about, but I've noticed this one has some weird LOD issues still. Because it seems like anytime we don't look at it... Well, that time it didn't do it. Let's look the complete opposite way. It looks like it just drops all of its Oh, no, maybe it was just the covers glitching it out. Anyways, let's hop inside here. Everything's already loaded in. I'm still not a fan of this, like, aqua neon blue bubble floor going on here. Just keep that metal going all the way through. But no, very nice. Flight controls locked. And of course, anytime we dive into the Xbox version of the Sim 2, the only thing I'm using is a Thrustmaster HOTAS 1 and an Xbox controller. I avoid using keyboard and mouse because I just want to experience what it's like without having that. Obviously, it's not the ideal thing, especially for Flight Sim, but just so you know. Any hoozles, let's go ahead and get rid of the toggle lock. I have not flown this thing in a very long time. I think it's right bumper up or down to start this. Just be outside for it. Oh. Okay. Hang on, let me do an audio check. Sounds pretty loud, actually. Let me turn that down a little bit. Hello, Eric. Hello, hello. I hear some audio popping. That's a bit odd. Something like that should be pretty good. And David, I've seen massive improvement flying PMDG around New York, Miami, Italy, etc., having issues with THOTUS and PMDG and freezing controls in flight, and the air brake button on joystick cutting the engines. David, yeah, the reason that's happening is, for whatever reason, some of these beta builds resets buttons, which then leads to that happening, because I think that happened last time we flight on the Xbox version with the HOTAS 1. It was a great flight. I think it was a TBM that we were flying, and it cut the engine. I was like, oh, that's cool. So as a matter of fact, thanks for bringing that up, because I do want to make sure we're good. Which I think we are. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and get rolling here. Look at me knowing all the buttons on the controller finally. Just get those frame drops when we zoom out, because then it's reloading stuff. Because it seems like it has a very short... Because what I've noticed with the Xbox version lately is it really focuses on wherever you're looking at, and then redraws when you look back. Oh god, hello, there's a plane. Gonna just ignore that. Just wanted to showcase that Airbus really quick. And I think that's what's leading to better performance. Oh, this, I need to get used to this thing, my goodness. But yes, you can use this in the PileOps feature, or program I should say. Oh, nice. My AI co-pilot's already going on, too. Very nice. Get rid of these arrows. We don't need that. Wow, this thing's very... What is going on with the turns here? It's quite the boat. Alright. This thing still taxis pretty fast. Where are the throttles on this thing? Oh. There they are. I just remembered it's like, let's look up. See if that helps us out a little bit. Let's see. I think I caught up with everybody. And again, welcome David and Eric. Good evening from London. Welcome. Happy to have you for another stream, DLW. Helicopters are flying much better. Very nice. And Joshua, I've been waiting for it. I want the longitude and career mode, no doubt about it. And why are we like sideways here? What is going on? Like, this thing's weird. Welcome to the sideways taxi, apparently. Like, why are we don't even have any cargo on here, and our right wheel is off the ground. What is this? No wonder I haven't flown this plane much. This thing's odd. And landing channel, like I've said, I'm not going to do any community flights until everybody's on the same build. I mean, once these betas aren't consistently coming out, we'll be doing that when everybody's on the same release build. Because if I do it now, it's just there's not many people on the beta. Most people are still on just SU2. And I'm not going to keep uninstalling and reinstalling betas and public builds and all that type of stuff. So once everybody is on the same one, we'll definitely be bringing back community flights and all that. No doubt about it. But until then, it's just... Because I'm always on the beta builds. If there's a beta, I'm not flying. Because I've barely spent any time in a public version of this sim since before Sim Update 1. Everything else has just been me in a beta. Oh, we're not taking off? We're going to take off from here. We're not doing all that. We've had so many, like, taxi across the entire airport. Okay, we still have this issue going on. I need to fix that. Because it's going into auto reverse, and I absolutely dislike that feature very much. So let's try to figure out how to turn that crap off before that becomes an issue while we're in the air. I don't even know where the heck you would change that, honestly. Oh, so toggle... So reverse is still... That's not where I want it. It seems like navigating the control menu with a controller is a lot better now, too, because I remember that always being an absolute pain. There we go. Alright. Switch that, because I think, well, I don't know how we taxied then, because I did hit Y. I don't know. Anyways, we should be fine now. I'm hoping. Alright, reverse. There we go. Alright. Everything has been situated, folks. There's nobody landing, right? Nope. Alright, gonna be a little bit framey because now it's loading everything back in. Let's go ahead and go 2 wheels on the taxi. Oh. Wow, is this really windy or are we just... I don't know, this thing's odd. Must be a little bit of wind, but still. It has some awful reflections. Because I'm even seeing the ground reflections in the instruments down there for whatever reason. Yeah, good day. And we'll keep that prop at 42 RPM because it seems like it's giving us enough power. And... Oh, there it is. We good still? Okay, good enough to get autopilot set up, I hope. Altitude, let's go for 4,000 feet. 5,000, no, 4,000. There's Atlanta, we'll fly over that. I just need to find the heading dial on this. Oh, there it is. What's happening? It's fine. Everything's screaming in here. Oh, wrong thing. Heading. You're on, right? It is. Doesn't appear to want to do anything, though. Yeah, the reflections in here make no sense. It's like there's nothing behind us. We're seeing the ground and everything. Was this an aeroplane Haven, whatever aircraft? Whoever made this, you kind of need to come back to this and do a little bit of work on it. Terrain. Oh, terrain. Made it sound like we were at 2 feet above the ground. Well, autopilot... Oh, you know what? There's probably a toggle we need to turn on. And where that is anybody's guess. Because I have no idea. Oh! Well, that's the circuit breaker, but I don't think we need to do anything with that. AP engage. Oh, is this where... Wait a minute. So what is the point of those then? So that's not doing anything for us. Let's turn this off. Maybe that's... Terrain. Let's see if this engages now. No. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I'll just fly it myself. We've spent enough time on that. Let's see here. Do you think cargo missions with any builds planes will come in SU3? I'm hoping so. I mean, that was the original goal. We'll see what's going on with the development update today, and I'll look at the feedback snapshot just to see if heavy cargo is still listed for SU3. I'm hoping it is, because I'm needing some new career missions, no doubt. Yeah, but I get it's a challenging plane to fly, but it shouldn't be taxiing on two wheels because we're going 20 knots. It just doesn't make any sense. Because, yeah, the window reflections make no sense. The reflections off the instruments make 0 sense. Now I know I don't fly this thing much. It's still needing some improvements. So we'll just head over to Atlanta really quick, do a little circle over it, head back to Atlanta, land, and then hop in some other aircraft. Co-pilot doesn't seem like he's impressed either. Satellite imagery is looking nice. Trees are looking decent as well. There's a huge draw distance, which is really nice to see that. Because a while ago, we would get on the Xbox version and it would only go to maybe the streets just under the engine right there. So seeing that longer draw distance is very nice. Also, hopefully everybody enjoyed the water treatment facility we just flew over. As you know, Cowtown Tours always highlights the most exciting places on Earth. Oh, man. And then when you do go to an area that you haven't looked at for a bit, it does draw everything in nice and quick. It doesn't kind of just sit there. And again, really good draw distance. You're actually seeing downtown Atlanta far away. I feel like you weren't seeing that before either. You see the underscores going on in the Xbox version as well. I love it. Can't wait for that bug to go away.
CTWN 32 underscore Foxtrot Lima India 12 radar contact 3 miles south of Golf Alpha 85 2700 altimeter 29.
But yeah, even the photogrammetry is getting good detail from this level, which is really nice. I'm liking that. Steady frame rate. Don't really have much complaints just yet. Just the plane itself is needing work. Because this is just annoying to look at. The ground reflections below us on the windshield for whatever reason. It's just... Any hoozles. We are here. Atlanta Braves. Truist Park. Is that where they actually... I thought they left Atlanta. Didn't they go further out? Is that their old field? Because that's definitely their old field. They don't play there anymore. Because they went somewhere else with a bunch of new development or whatever. But yeah, look at the skyscrapers. Looking great from here already. They don't look all sad and droopy and just not detailed. I'm assuming that's a hospital just below there. Capitol building to the left. Nice. No, that's awesome. I'm glad.
Terrain.
Oh, terrain. Oh, is that the Coca-Cola place? Look at that. I think that's the Coca-Cola experience or whatever the thing's called. Don't mind us doing a nice 90-degree. I needed to look at it, okay? It's just, it needed to happen. But awesome. No, it's great to see a big city doing well on the Xbox version, because pretty much anytime you went to a larger city, the experience was just horrendous. And granted, you have to keep in mind we're not in an airliner. I think we might actually hop into one in Atlanta just to see if we get the same experience or not. But overall, very happy with the experience early on this stream for Sim Update 3 on the Xbox. Honestly, I'm not really worried about failures or anything like that. That's just never been something I've messed with. It's like I want to have just a fun experience instead of worrying about all this other stuff that can go wrong. So definitely not really worried about that. And I don't need it to be one-to-one realistic either. Because I just think, I mean, I get it, it's a simulator and all that kind of stuff, but if something gets way too, like, one-to-one realism and everything like that, it can be cool for those that want it, but definitely give players options to not have that. Because I know there's some developers that do have that going on, because that LVFR A340 or whatever I bought for heavy cargo, whenever that arrives, it has a basic version of the aircraft, and then it also has an advanced version, which I think is a great choice. So, to answer your question, I guess I'll pick one-to-one, but still have that option to have something where you can just have a basic aircraft, but still have a fun experience with it, alongside of one that's fully focused on realism. It'll be interesting to see how the Embraer that we're getting from the Expert Series 2 that's going to be releasing later this year. It'll be interesting to see how in-depth that goes. And then go from that. But yeah, failures I've never really been interested in. Anytime I've flown in flight sims, I may have messed with it a couple times in the beginning. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go fly now. Really happy to see the clouds are looking great on Xbox as well. I mean, look at these things. Just awesome.
CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot.
200-page user manuals do not appeal. I mean, it's just, if the sim only focused on one plane and then that was it, then sure, I'd understand to be fully, you know, diving into everything about that aircraft and learning about how to fully function it. But when we have so many different airplanes to fly in this, I don't want to put all my time in one, and it's just, it's not going to happen. It just isn't. At least for me, that's the way I look at it, because I don't just fly one plane 98% of the time in the sim. Because I just think that would get boring if you're just not flying anything else in the sim when there's so much more to mess with, you know? Just give me a nice flight model that feels great to fly, and I'm satisfied. And a plane that doesn't have horrendous reflections on the, Was that a target? Did we fly over a target just now? Hang on. Oh, yeah. Wow, they really went all out with that logo. I was like, why am I seeing... What a... This stream is sponsored by Target. That's funny. I don't think I've ever seen a Target with such a gigantic logo on their roof before. I mean, did they... What are we freaking out about? Here, have some more power. Did they do that because they're next to Atlanta, so they think somebody in an aircraft is going to look down and be like, you know what, once we're landing and I'm getting my baggage, we're going to head over that target we flew over. That's funny. And I love how I saw it in the reflection of the window. Now you can see how ridiculous the reflections are in this thing. Because the issue is, the glass on the plane doesn't think anything else is in this aircraft. That's the problem. That's why our instrumentation also is reflecting everything below us. So they need to just come in here and tell the windows, hey, you're not supposed to reflect through a bunch of things in the aircraft. I know we're a bit high here, but that's fine. We'll make it work. See how much cooler parking lots look with the cars in there? Because we were talking about that in the city update where, you know, it makes the city look more alive, and the city update got rid of all the cars that were out there in the city. Just looks so much better that way. AI traffic is still bugged. They kind of just sit there and don't move. That's something they need to work on too.
100. Flight slow. 40. Flight 30. 20. 10.
Alright, here comes our two-wheel taxi again. Oh, look at that 777. Looking nice. Got a nice variety of aircraft on the ground. Just need them to be moving. That would be ideal. Jeez, can't even wait for me here. I'm not really a fan of the quick view looks either. Like, why am I looking down, especially going right? Like, you look very comfortable in the seat there, co-pilot. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of improvements this aircraft needs, no doubt. M Scenery just made an A340. Oh my. I'm sure that's something. Oh boy. We'll just park it up here. I've had enough Twin Otter. Cool plane, but it needs work. I don't know how to quick shut down this thing. So we'll just quit. But yeah, what I want to do is let's hop into an airliner. Obviously something that's going to be requiring a lot more processing power. And just kind of see what's going on. See if we can have that nice experience still with that. Hello, Nick. How are you doing this fine Thursday? Welcome, welcome. Oh, no, didn't mean to configure the twin. We don't need that. Because we are done with the Twin Otter. But yep, now I know I don't fly it anymore. Because it's just nothing more enjoyable than seeing crap reflections all the time. I'll just do the Neo, because that's always one that's been crappy with performance. Especially the V2 one, so we'll see what's going on with that. And we're going to go right back to Atlanta again, just to see. Since we kind of have a benchmark of what the experience was like with the Twin Otter, can see if that holds true again. And we can also see what the load times are like. Because I guarantee this is going to take a little bit longer than the Twin Otter did. Which is holding true. But yeah, even in 2020, the AnyBuilds V2 just was always poorly optimized. And it just seems like AnyBuilds aircraft are always very performance-hogged aircraft anyways. But seems to have loaded pretty quick. Very nice. Nice, and a pretty steady frame rate already too, even though it's loading in Atlanta and the aircraft. Am I crouched? No. It's weird. It almost looked like I was crouching. Nice. I mean, my goodness. I mean, just... If you would have played the Xbox version months ago, it would have just been a slideshow going on for the most part. For minutes after loading into the sim. But alright, let's see here. Let's do a little bit of a... do this. Ready for takeoff, please. Atlanta's hometown airline. But yeah, even with an airliner and something that's a performance hog, buildings are all loading in nicely. Oh, let's get rid of the chocks as well. That would be ideal. Just don't get sucked into the engine. Can I get a pushback, please? Oh, there's no... Okay. Because I don't know what the button is on it. That's fine. We'll just taxi out. We'll make it work. Cockpit isn't continually refreshing either. Nice. Hello Adam, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, AnyBuilds is working on all their aircraft that are in the sim, which hopefully mean, well, obviously, there must have been other stuff, because the thing that's annoying with the changelogs is it doesn't seem like they add everything. Because if planes are truly getting updated and new versions of it, I'd love to know about it, instead of just kind of guessing, like, oh, did it improve? Because to me, it seems like AnyBuilds has already worked on the A320 and Sim Update 3's beta. Because on PC, it seems to be running as smooth as it's ever done, and the same seems to be holding true here on the Xbox version of it. So I mean, if things are changing but they're not fully adding it to the changelog, it's kind of annoying. Just ignore where we're uh-oh. Oh, I always get scared when there's a huge hang-up like that. just going to use the road for a taxiway.
Taxi to the active, departing straight out.
That Delta 747 over there is awesome. Get this A319 out of my face. There we go. Look at it.
Taxi, hold short runway 9er, left using taxiway cross runway 8, left cross runway 8 right. CTWN 32 underscore at Foxtrot Lima India 12.
Alright, we're going to do a little bit of an expedited taxi. Nothing too fast, just getting things done. Yeah, I definitely want to try the CJ4, because the CJ4 was one that was poorly optimized on the PC as well. So we'll dive into that next. We'll maybe head up to... I think we'll head over to London, go to Heathrow, see how it's doing on Xbox. Speaking of Vision Jet, I haven't seen Blaze in a while. Hopefully he's doing alright with his fantastic Vision Jet. FMJ, oh my goodness. Another super chat, thank you so much. You asked for my half peanut about 30 minutes ago. Well, I mean, I'll have to get on to the crew back there, because we weren't even in the plane 30 minutes ago. So I don't know how you got on here before we did. So I might have to talk to the authorities, because obviously you broke into the aircraft, which is a problem. But again, thank you so much, FMJ. That is awesome of you to continue supporting the channel and helping pay for future add-ons and planes for the sim. And welcome to the stream again as well. Just kind of pop out of nowhere with it. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, this is Atlanta Tower. You're cleared for takeoff. Alright, thanks. Thanks for the expedited takeoff. Appreciate it. See you later. We'll send you a half peanut in the mail for the expedited thing. Uh-oh. See, that's the thing with the AnyBuilds planes. They do that on PC too. Whenever you line up with the runway, you get those frame drops. It's just the oddest thing. But anyways, we didn't crash. Everything's good. Let's take off. Oh. I'm sitting here waiting for the gears to go up. I forgot it's not the same button. Frame drops, frame drops. Settle down. Because what I want to do now is just do a flight path around, let Atlanta despawn, and then we'll come back in for a landing. Oh, sorry. My bad. But yeah, I can definitely see where the performances come from, because you saw how everything was low res when we got back into the cockpit. What are we still freaking out about? Go away. I don't care. Leave me alone. It's fine. We're in the air. Calm down. But anyways, what I was saying is you can see how it despawns pretty much everything that's not in view. And that's where I think a lot of that performance is coming from. So, I mean, if you're staying in one view and you're just doing turns like this, you're not going to really notice it. It's only if you're going from looking forward to looking back. Because watch, I bet if... Oh, no, actually, a lot of stuff behind... Oh, you can see some of it. Because now it's popping back in. Which is the cause of some of those frame drops, because then it's reloading everything back in. But the airport's still looking great. You can still see all the terminals, the hangars around the outside of the airport. Gotta go already? Alright, thanks for stopping by, Nick. Enjoy the rest of your day. Well, I mean, again, 737 runs great. I just think any builds adds way too many... Like, that's the reason why I'm not too worried about having a one-to-one realistic aircraft, because when you get to those types of aircraft, they just run so poorly because there's all this random crap. I know they're adding, like, an actual functioning printer into the cockpit of the A350. It's just like, why? What is the point? Just more crap to have processed and running in the sim. That's why I'm not interested in that. It's like, just give me a fun model that's fun to fly and close to realistic on that, and then a decent cockpit with instrumentation from that, and then I'm good. I don't need a functioning printer. Because again, this is the best an airliner, for my personal experience, has run on an Xbox. If the airliners end up running better than Citations, I might need to finally learn to fly them. Nice. But yeah, we'll test out the CJ4, because that one was poorly optimized since release. Because even landing at airports on PC and stuff, you would just have these god-awful frame drops, and obviously that was some other stuff too, but still, the plane just loaded in terribly, and it'll be a great test after we land this. So we're going to go a bit further this way, just so this can kind of fully despawn, because it's still kind of rendered. Well, not kind of, it's pretty much fully rendered still, which is nice. And I'm so glad I figured out the right spots for the Thrustmaster to run on these any-builds aircraft, because default, it sucks. It's so focused on detents and expensive peripherals, so with a little settings tweaking, it can be a lot more enjoyable of an aircraft to fly. Because the way it's set default, a quarter of the way up, it's already the idle, and then you're into reverse, and then the middle is almost toga, and it's just, I don't know, the whole thing is just a mess. So once I finally figured out how to change that and make it the way I want it to, it's been so much more enjoyable flying these things. Jason, good afternoon, all from Dallas, Texas. Well, welcome from Dallas. Happy to have you here, Jason. Hopefully you're having a great Thursday. That goes out to everybody else. 43 of you stopping on by. Thank you so much for visiting us as we test out the Xbox Series X version in Sim Update 3's latest beta build. Hopefully you're all having a great Thursday. Happy to have you here.
American Tree 104, climb and maintain 7,000, expect ILS runway 9er left approach via AKY underscore in transition. Clear to AKY underscore N.
Roger. CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12.
Climb and maintain 7,000, expect ILS runway 9er left approach via AKY underscore in transition. Clear to AKY underscore N. American Tree 104.
American Tree 104, contact Atlanta Tower on 119.1
Sorry for not talking, I'm just kind of letting ATC do its thing. Don't really want to talk over it. And I'm also looking at the clouds. Which, again, are looking pretty fantastic. Which state is better, Texas or Kentucky?
Lima India 12 contact approach on 128.575. Good day.
Might have to give the TBM 930 another go tonight. It started stuttering and eventually crashing on Xbox since SU. Oh, really? Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and turn back.
Southwest tree 1 tree. Climb and maintain 6,000 expect ILS runway. 9er left approach via AKY underscore in transition. Clear to AKY underscore N.
Climb and maintain 6,000 expect ILS runway 9er left approach via A underscore transition. Clear to A underscore.
Because the biggest test is how this is going to run once we're about to land.
Southwest tree 1 tree. Contact Atlanta Tower on 119er decimal.
Because on the PC side of things, it's been running so much better. Like going from, because I've been doing a lot of flights, of course, with that program that we've been testing out all week. And then going to big airports and landing and not dealing with those frame drops and everything else. So I think they've kind of figured out some of the things that were causing it from the early parts of Sim Update 3's beta, which is awesome to see. Because that was always the most frustrating and annoying thing to deal with, especially after a long flight. Where it was such a great flight and all of a sudden it's a picture frame or picture album going on landing, and it's just so annoying. So we'll see how it does on the Xbox with an airliner, because we all know how that experience was. Hopefully we went far enough away. We'll see once we get past this cloud.
Delta 801. Descend and maintain 6,000 expect ILS runway.
Yeah, we're a little high, but we're good. We'll get there.
AKY underscore in transition. Clear to AKY underscore.
I'm amazed the airport is still drawn in. Before, it would all be gone and just not even rendered out in the slightest, so that's awesome. Buildings are already popping in over by the airport that normally wouldn't have popped in until we were pretty much over those certain places.
And maintain 6,000 expect ILS runway 9er left approach via AKY underscore in transition. Clear to AKY understand. Delta 801.
Delta 801. Contact Atlanta Tower on 119er decimal 1 when inbound on the approach.
CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12 have a generic underscore N in sight.
Oh yeah, definitely see generic. He's somewhere. He can look out. We're gonna need some max auto brake here. If I can. Oh no, not photo mode. There we. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't realize we were that high up. It's alright, we can still make this work. Yeah, I know overspeed. It's fine. We're testing. I don't have time to do a whole circle around and everything. Because normally if this was like career mode or something, we wouldn't be doing this.
2,500.
But we're not trying to spend too much time on a certain aircraft this stream. Because I do want to showcase other things, test out other aircraft and areas. Just to have a nice sample size of things that we've been messing with. Okay, definitely some frame drops already, but that was just because it was popping in some other stuff. We're back to a regular, steady frame rate. Everything's already loaded in around here.
Seat rate.
400,
Too low. Terrain.
300,
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
200,
Oh. Yeah, we still got some hefty,
100,
hefty freezes.
CDW132
50,
underscore
40,
Foxtrot Lima India
30.
12. Traffic is 6 o'clock.
Oh, I'm never gonna get this thing down with all this speed.
Generic underscore and underscore N. Report them in sight.
retard,
Just
retard.
get on the ground. Get on the ground. Max brakes and reverse.
Retard, retard,
Oh, hang on. I can't.
retard,
I don't want a crap landing like this. We're bailing out. I know I said I want to do something else, but it's just I hate doing landings like that. So we're gonna redo it really quick. Just practicing for an air show. But no, honestly, I never like doing that, even in situations where I'm not trying to be realistic or anything. It's just, I don't know. I want a good landing, even if it is just us messing around and testing things out.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
So I'll just get a quick little turnaround here. And make a nice, legitimate landing. What are you... I don't care. I don't care about excessive cabin altitude pressure. Just trying to land the thing. Thank you. And Jason, I am very much enjoying Pilops. It's been a great program. Really looking forward to seeing what they do with it, and it's been a blast. For sure. Jack Daniels ribs, nice. You think FS24 will ever run natively on Mac OS? Probably not. If I'd have to just guess. But you never know. Xbox and their Everything's an Xbox program, which has led to 9,000 people being fired. I still don't know what's going on there. It's just crazy. I don't think the flight sim team was affected by it. At least nothing that I saw news-wise. But Turn 10 Studios, I think, lost 50% of their people that made Forza. Perfect Dark is gone. That's been canceled. A new Rare game was canceled, so a lot of cancellations and stuff.
Delta 1658. Climb and maintain 6,000 expected ILS runway. 9er left.
I think that whole ad campaign is dumb. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. Okay. Yeah. It's just so confusing. And you can't tell me the people at Xbox aren't confused by their own marketing either, because I don't get it. I don't think most consumers will understand what they're trying to do, and I don't think they understand what they're trying to do either. But again, don't think anything flight sim-wise was affected by it. At least not the thing that was brought up. I know most of the media doesn't care about flight sim, so they probably wouldn't talk about it anyways if anything did happen. have the gears down? Okay. Oh yeah, I see it on the right side there. Just didn't want to mess with the controller. I want to have full control over the aircraft. You have a Mac Studio. Dang, that's awesome. I love my iMac. I think it's just awesome.
1,000.
I mean, the biggest thing for me is being able to utilize other Apple products with everything, so it's just a uniform experience. That's why I love being able to edit those update videos when I'm not around and still have just the same experience that I have on anything else. Like, it's just, I love it. I also love that Apple products aren't astronomically priced like they used to be either. It's a lot more affordable than what they used to be.
CTWN32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12.
CTWN32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12. Traffic is 6 o'clock,
300.
4 miles. At 2400, generic
So I think my settings aren't set right on the Xbox, because, yeah, it's definitely not the way I want it. But that's alright, we'll make it work.
200.
There is so much talk. Oh no, now it's freezing. Oh my god, the ATC's freaking out.
100.
There's so much overlap going on.
Report them in sight.
50.
That was
40,
chaotic.
30.
CTWN32 underscore
20.
Foxtrot Lima India 12. Have the traffic.
Retard.
So yeah, still quite
Retard.
framey
Drive.
with the
Retard.
airliners on Xbox.
Retard. Retard.
Just get on the ground, please. There we go. See, it's just when you're experiencing that on landing, it ruins the whole thing. This was a short flight, so I don't really care. But if I'm doing a long flight and everything's great up until this point, and this is the experience, oh, come on, I hit reverse. I guess the reverse button isn't doing what it's supposed to do now, for whatever reason. So, obviously, still performance issues with airliners, which I honestly don't think will ever be rectified. If I'd have to be honest. Especially with those any builds ones. I mean, they're such performance hogs, it's crazy. But anyways, we're going to head over to Heathrow Airport now in the CJ4 and see if things are doing good there. Should take off from Lake and Heath. Fly over my old house. Even though it doesn't exist anymore because they destroyed all the old housing. Switch panels. Oh, CJ4, because I love that plane, but it was always crappy. Did I? There it is. I can't wait till they get some new liveries, too, because I think both the Longitude and the CJ4 are just, like, factory livery or whatever. Alright, let me catch up with chat here. Guess I'm gonna have to get a PC at some point, but it will only be for Flight Sim. Nice. Because my time with it in these beta builds have been fantastic on the PC side. Like, just smooth gameplay. It's great landing at the airports and not having what we just saw here with the airliner in Atlanta. It's been nice. I think my next purchase will be a gaming PC, not a PS6 or Xbox XYZ. It's clear to see the performance difference, especially with competitive games like COD. Nice, FMJ. It's just... the Series X has been disappointing for me. It's been which is my least favorite generation of Xbox. And it's made me not too interested to know what they're working on for the next one, if we even get one. I know they said that they're working on the next gen of Xbox, but I don't know. It's gonna have to be something very impressive with just a lot of power and functionality, and I'm hoping they do something new to bring in some new excitement, but we'll see. I still don't think we'll know about that till 2027. See, CJ4 is still, I mean, we'll let it all load in. I won't cast judgment just yet. Oh, you walk through the... Uh-oh. I think we had a crash, no doubt. And that proves my point about the CJ4 being just poorly optimized. It's just horrendous. Because the same thing happened. I haven't flown it on PC for a bit. I need to test that out. But I don't know what's with it. I don't know why it's such a performance hog for such a small aircraft. It's weird. So we're going to do the same thing again. Anytime we crash, I like to do it again just to see if it's replicating. So if we crash again, just keep that in mind. That's why we're doing it. Because I just want to make sure it's not just a one-off issue. That's been my experience as well, and now the 930 is behaving the same way for some reason. Oh, okay. Well, we'll test that out too. The new Mac Air M4 is stupidly fast. The M chips are awesome. I'm only on an M1 because I've had my iMac for a while now, but it's still awesome too. But every time they do a new iteration, those specs are awesome. Let's see here. That's all. Let's see, Adam. I don't want to mess with a billion settings and drivers. Thankfully, it's not something that's too much of an issue with Flight Sim, so it's not something, because I don't like messing with that either. That's why I don't typically play on PC too much, unless there's something specific that I want a better experience from, or it's not on console. But even then, nowadays, I hardly play any other games. You can see my game list right here as that loads in. Flight Sim, GTA Online, GTA 6. I haven't played Roadcraft in a bit, and I haven't played Farm Sim in a bit. So it's these two. It's GTA and Flight Sim, so... But, yeah. And then that's why I'm on Xbox. That's also why I rock a Mac aside from you. Nice. Very nice, Adam. Also, if I spend money in the marketplace, I want people to see my plane in free flight. Bit silly. That's the other thing I'd like to see, too, is... if your plane is added to the in-sim marketplace, I think developers could create like a low-res model or something that shows up for everybody, and then that's just in the overall sim download. That way, anything that's in the marketplace will show up for other people. So if people buy the B2, I'll still see it. It'll just be a low-res version of it. I think that'd be cool. I agree. Not with my idea. I mean, with FMJ. I'm not trying to say, like, I agree with my own idea. Anyways. And right, I remember a lot of you, because when we were doing the Sim Update 2 beta, we saw the price increase. So we were talking about everybody on Sim Update 1, buy a bunch of CJ4s, because they're going to go up in price by a lot. So alright, let's test that out again. Because I just want to see, we'll go to the same parking spot if I can remember it, and if the map will bring me to where I want to go to. Oh, Heathrow. I think we were over here. I don't remember where we were. No, we were down here. Let it all load in. Why did I hide SimCity 2000? Who? Who's SimCity? I think we were around here. Let's just see. Oh, you have an M1 laptop and an M2 mini. They both are quick. Nice. And David, is that in regards to loading in the PMDG into Heathrow? Is that what we're talking about? To all, any recommendations on how to get planes on tarmacs at airports to draw in better detail sooner? I think it's based off of... Well, here, hang on. Let's see if this crashes again. It already seems... I mean, it's still some random... Oh, they haven't fixed this still, have they? Look at this. The seatbelts are out. That's why I don't fly this anymore either, because the seatbelts are outside the body of the aircraft. I'm not sure why they ended up... I think it's going to crash again. It's thinking about it. I'm just going to sit here. I'm not going to move. Just see if it figures out what it's trying to load in. But alright, let me also do this, just so I can tell you if I can even get to it. I might crash in the menu. Oh, I can't really help you with this because I can't change settings very much on here. But I think it's based off of... There's like a setting for low, medium, high, ultra for traffic. I think that might be part of it. Because, yeah, that's the thing with the CJ4. Even if you go to a small airport, it's just... I think it's gone now. Oh? Well, we've made it further. I mean, even if we don't crash, it's still not a very fun experience dealing with whatever issues plaguing this plane. But yeah, this... Because what's weird is it wasn't like this before, and then I think it was Sim Update 2, and it's been broke like this ever since. I'll be surprised if we take off out of here. Let's see here. Jason, I'm running an i9 14,000K, 5090, and 64 gigabytes. Settings at high ultra, and I have to be right up on the vehicle for them to display good detail. Interesting, because there's another... Because you can do the LOD slider as well. Or, no, that's just ground detail, though. Because, yeah, that's the only thing I can think of is aircraft. I'll have to look, because I don't remember now. And, of course, I can't look at the settings on Xbox, because you can't change that anyways. Hey, Acme22! Is there any news on heavy cargo? No, not yet. Last information on that, it was still planned for Sim Update 3's public release, so we'll see. Well, I mean, yeah, I think the 737 is the best performing, because it isn't an AnyBuild's creation, because AnyBuilds loves making things that are just needing NASA computers to run function, you know, function correctly, it seems. But, still, I'm hoping AnyBuilds will get on top of that. Yeah, because this issue's on PC and Xbox.
Speedbird _N61. Hold position. Caution the generic _N_EN on the taxiway.
Oh, Did he have an accent?
2 with Kilo.
Is that finally
Taxi
working?
to the active, straight out departure. CTWN 32_EN Foxtrot.
Nice. That's the first time I've ever heard.
Short of runway 27 right via taxiway. Zulu Sierra Sierra 6 cross runway 09 right November 5 Echo Lima Tree Alpha Kilo Bravo Lima 27 Alpha Mike Alpha Lima 2 Tree Lima 22 Alpha 2 cross runway 27 right Alpha 1. Contact tower on 118.705 when ready.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing all that, but
Speedbird_EN 61. Continue taxi.
that is the first time I've ever heard another accent
Taxiing hold short runway
ever
27 right.
in this sim.
Via taxiway Zulu Sierra Sierra 6 cross runway 09 right November 5 Echo Lima Tree.
Because normally, anytime you had that on, your own pilot would have a different accent, and everybody else would be regular.
CDWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 1 2.
Roger. Speedbird underscore N 61.
Oh, nice. We're underground. It's just weird to me that handcrafted airports like this have those issues at these airports that are bumpy with taxiways, and it's weird. Because I can understand it if it was just an AI-generated airport in the middle of nowhere, but how did nobody see? Like, do they not just taxi around the airports? The buildings are done. I don't care what the runways or taxiways are like. Let's see here. This is with the new LOD curve enabled. I looked for it. I wasn't finding it on the PC, but yeah, I can't mess with it on the Xbox version, unfortunately. But yeah, the LOD was just a regular slider for me still. I mean, look at this. Oh my goodness. Testing ground for aircraft to figure out if their gears work. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. That's just crazy to me. All right.
Heathrow ground. Speedbird underscore N400.
I remember the good old days when my passenger was standing upside down outside under the plane. Oh yeah, I don't miss those days. I'm glad that's gone.
Heathrow ground. Pushback approved.
Because we flew the Twin Otter to start off the stream and the performance was great. It's just the CJ4's always sucked. It still needs improvements, as you can tell. Because I mean, even at small airports, it's doing this. It does it on PC too, where it's just, I don't know. But once you get up into the air, it works perfectly. Like once you get further away and up into cruise out, like it functions like it's supposed to. But anytime you're at an airport spawning in or landing at your destination airport, it just tanks. I keep forgetting my button isn't the same for gears.
North approach. CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 1 2.
Yeah, there are those fantastic seatbelts.
Miles southeast of Heathrow. 500. Request flight following.
CTWN 32 underscore EN Foxtrot Lima India 1 2. Northolt approach. Squawk 0656.
Squawk 0656.
I've been hearing stuff about mouse with the... I just don't have it plugged in right now because I just want to have an experience of just the Thrustmaster and a controller. But when we've done stuff with the mouse and keyboard before, I always have to like unplug it, plug it back in multiple times, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just really weird. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Foxtrot Lima India 1 2.
Those seatbelts, man. God, it's so annoying. Some extended taxiways at Orlando International, like an obstacle course. Because that's another handcrafted one, right? Orlando? Or is it just a generic one? I mean, either way, it's just, there's no excuse for taxiways to be a mess at airports that are hand-modeled. I'm not sure what, Goya, right? Are they the ones that did the airports? I'm not sure why they didn't do any testing whatsoever on taxiways or runways.
129er decimal 405 for CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12.
But see, once you get up into the air and away from an airport with the CJ4, everything's fine. It does what it needs to, it's functioning correctly. The frames are normal. It's just something when it interacts with an airport or you're in the area is when it just decides to freak out. And it's been doing that ever since the sim released, so one of these days we'll get some optimization to it, I guess. I suppose.
Nordhold approach, CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12, 3100.
CTWN 32 underscore EN Foxtrot Lima India 12, Northolt approach, QNH 1027, radar contact, continue.
Photogrammetry's looking nice. But yeah, that's the CJ4 experience that I've been having no matter what platform I'm on. Alright, so let's do... I want to do London again, but not in a plane that sucks at optimization, so... let's just do... Don't start freezing on me in the main menu, please. Oh, here. TBM's been giving some problems. Let's see if we can replicate that really quick. Just gonna spawn on the runway and get going. Flying along the Thames is so cool, but I'm biased, eh? Nothing. No worries about being biased. Orlando's handcrafted, but it seems like they somehow screwed up a couple taxiways. There are a couple that go way out and around to connect different parts of the airport. Oh, I need to test if they ever fixed the Denver terminal popping the plane up over the thing. I want to see that. We'll probably do that here after we test out the TBM here. And one of the certifications you need to take off from SeaTac. But the problem is that the runway has a layer that is 2 feet above the ground, so the bump breaks my landing. Oh, see, that's what I just... Whatever the new system was for terrain really jacked up a lot of airports that were perfectly fine in 2020.
And Foxtrot Lima India 12 ready at runway 27 right, departing straight out.
Honestly, just kind of jumping right into it and then going, running really good. I know we had a couple freezes like this. Okay, I shouldn't have said something. Because right after I was about to praise it, it's like, you know what? I'm going to not do anything anymore. But no, I mean, again, months ago on the Xbox version, this just wasn't remotely close to what it is. Obviously, once this all loads everything in, we'll be more under control here. Is it ideal? No, of course not. No, I think it's done. Yep. That one felt like a long freeze. So, as we knew from... Was it Duke or was it David? Who brought the TBM? I think it was David that was bringing up the TBM being similar to the CJ4. Nope, it was Duke. I see that. How about our ATR? I don't have the ATR on the Xbox version, I don't think. But yeah, I'm not sure why the TBM regressed. That's a bit odd. But now I want to test out Denver because I want to see if they've fixed that teleport tunnel. They finally fixed the generic plane issues. You talking about just what spawns in? Because yeah, that was a nice change from the first beta build. Yeah, I mean the PC I have that I run with Flight Sim, it was I think $1,200. And that's, you know, because the only thing I worry about settings-wise on PC is ray trace shadows, ultra clouds, and that's it. Everything else I think looks great at medium settings or whatever it's defaulted to for me. But clouds are my most important thing, and my ray trace shadows. And it is FMJ. What changed in the Twin Otter? I don't think anything changed in the Twin Otter. It's still crappy with reflections. It needs some work. Because that's what we flew in the beginning of the stream. Alright, so what we're going to do is... You know what? No, I'm not going to... I don't want to crash again. So we're going to avoid flying something that's known to crash. Plus, we're just going to taxi anyways. Let's just do... We'll hop in the Sea Star or whatever. Just see how that thing loads in. Fun plane to fly as well. Alright, let's see if it still teleports or if they finally fixed that. I think we should be fine there. I guess we'll find out. Hey, Binky, how are you doing this fine Thursday? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Oh good, we're pointing in the right direction too. Excellent. And there's the bridge of teleportation. Oh, hang on. Can you actually... Oh. No. The Archer Midnight is the only plane that lets you put the stuff back on. I don't know why more planes don't do that, but anyways. I need to look this up, because it's always bugged me. The logo of the aircraft just looks so tacky on the engine there. Does it actually look like that in real life? Because if it does look like that in real life, Dionnaire, or however you pronounce it, you need to change that logo. Or make it smaller and not... Because it just... I don't know. It looks... It's the one thing I don't like about this plane. That one doesn't have it. That one does. It looks better without it, I think. Because there's a picture of a nice livery on there with not the giant plastered company logo on it. Looks so much cooler that way. But anyways, that's not what we're here to do. Oh, I don't have a keyboard. Hang on. There we go. I love whenever I go back to the Xbox. There's always a few instances where I'm using the mouse or keyboard, or trying to at least. Are we still booting up, or what are we doing here? Oh, of course, we're immediately set to reverse for whatever reason. Oh, I hate... Oh my goodness, I can't get out of this stupid menu. Stupid Xbox cursor, please. Alright, let's see. Did they fix it? Nope. I can't believe that still hasn't been fixed. But okay. Seems like something that could just be server side too, as opposed to waiting for a specific sim update. But the fantastic magical tunnel, or bridge, of teleportation still exists at Denver International Airport. For some reason. I'm not sure why that takes so long to fix that, but... okay. Alrighty then. Let's see here. After that disappointment. We've done airliners, we've done the CJ4, still sucks, and performance issues. The any builds airliners are still performance hogs for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm gonna fly my Corvallis again somewhere. I haven't flown that thing in I don't know how long. Let's go see what Tahoe looks like in the Xbox version, because on PC it is awesome to fly around in. And it's a handcrafted airport. We can see how it loads in. I actually landed at Salt Lake City last night, and a bunch of terminals were missing. I don't know why that's such a common theme too in 24, where just sections of terminals have the jetways, but the building itself doesn't exist, and it's just weird. I've seen that a few times. Hey JT, welcome, welcome, and have fun, welcome as well. Happy to have everybody stop on by as we do some testing over the Xbox version of the sim. You're going to Tahoe this weekend, very nice. That's going to be an excellent trip. Bandwidth too low. Oh, is it? Okay. Sure it is. Gigabit speeds, and you're telling me too low. I've noticed this a couple times, because when I got that thumbnail with the Twin Otter, it didn't get to the ready to fly thing for a while. It kind of just sat here for a bit. Which obviously shouldn't be happening with a Corvallis. It's not like it's loading in an airliner or a bunch of buildings, so seems like this randomly happens. It's always weird to me. Every time we go to the Xbox, it's like, oh, this is actually running really great, and load times are short, and everything like that. Because the first flight we did, minus the Twin Otter and its crap that needs to be resolved, it was a great experience flying around Atlanta. But it just seems like the sim just decides when it wants to function nicely, and then other times it's just like, you know what? I'm not in the mood. But we're good now. Thanks to that long load time for the ready to fly, everything's already loaded in nicely, which is a positive for it. And it looks cool, even though I doubt the control tower is hiding behind 3 gigantic trees. If it is, they should move it. I need to look at it now. Hang on. Oh, here, I know what I'll do. Let's just get into the air here and then I'll look at it. That's pretty funny. But see, again, like, that's what's frustrating is, I was going to say, it's like, oh, you know, the Sims just placed it, but it's a handcrafted airport. So it shouldn't be that way. Alright, now I need to look at Lake Tahoe. Let's see what this is looking like. Because I'm going to guess that the tower is not actually behind some trees. Unless it's an old tower. Or it's just the wrong trees. So funny enough, the tower is actually behind some trees, but I think the tower is still taller than them. Here, hang on, let me add that picture here. Let me get that. Add an image. There we go. That's what it actually looks like. So here, let me do something here. A little before and after. All right. The Sim, real life. It's still an odd place for it, though, because, I mean, that tree looks taller than the tower. So is there another one? Is that just an old... No, there's no other towers, so... Interesting. But still, these are the wrong tree types. Anyways, these are correct. And I think this tower could be a little bit taller. And by the way, airport developers, if you put in the effort... Oh, here, let me hide the picture here. If you put in the effort to put the control tower in here, I want the showcase camera to actually go into it. Because if it just does that, then what's the point in even modeling it? So that's what I think of that. Anyways, back to our flight. Why didn't you... Well, quick start doesn't start correctly, apparently. That's an impressive pilot right there.
6 Charlie X-ray, hold position. Caution the generic on the taxiway.
Is this a real player, or is that just AI? I need to look now. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Wrong button. Is it flight interface? I always forget where they move it. There it is. Nope, that was AI with no propeller going. And I guess we're good now. Okay. I don't know why it didn't start up right the first time. It got rocks in there. Wait, were there rocks in the... Wait, in the tower? Or are we talking about something else? We must be talking about something else. It's still pretty funny, though. I mean, shout out to the control towers. I mean, the ATC folks. I mean, the fact that they're seeing anything through those trees, kudos to them. They must have, like, thermal vision or X-ray vision.
Roger. Generic under 6 Charlie X-ray.
Oh, why did this... What is happening? Is it one of those planes where if I go idle on the thrustmaster, it shuts it off? On the ground? No? I don't know what. There's some shenanigans going on out here in Lake Tahoe. I know that.
Ground. CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12. Request taxi for takeoff, departing straight out.
CTWN 32 and Foxtrot Lima India 12. Taxi 2 and hold short. Tree 6 via taxiway Foxtrot.
Wouldn't even know there's a tower there. That's awesome.
Contact tower on 118 decimal tree when ready.
Taxi 2 and
Oh crap, can I not even get over there from here?
taxiway Golf Alpha Foxtrot.
What kind of airport is this?
32
Oh,
underscore
forget
and
it.
Foxtrot Lima India 12.
Got the off-road capable Corvallis here. Which is somehow smoother than Heathrow's taxiway over there. But yes, this is default airport. What got me into aviation? I mean, just being in a military family, I always buy cool fighter jets and aircraft. So, I mean, that's just kind of what kickstarts it for sure. I've flown in a C-130, a C-5, C-17, Learjet. All that good stuff. Cool experiences. Was much younger then, though.
CTWN 32 underscore Foxtrot Lima India 12. You were not cleared to
You were
take
not
off.
cleared for takeoff. And do you think I care? You couldn't even see it anyways, so whatever.
CTWN 32 underscore Foxtrot Lima
That's what I think.
CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima
There's a lot of that going on too, where the AI co-pilot talks over ATC.
request flight following.
At least then I don't have to hear underscore, so that works out.
Underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12. NorCal approach. Squawk 4374.
Squawk 4374. CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12.
CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12. Radar contact 2 miles south of Tahoe. 7100.
Hey, Tuesday Box. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome.
Roger. CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12.
Valero, welcome to the stream. Your birthday's in 14 days. Well, happy early birthday, JT. And yes, this is the Series X that we're flying in. Absolutely. Nice. Trees popping in over in those mountains further away from us. So mine is some issues with specific airplanes, not really the sim's performance fault there. It's just those airplanes are needing some work. Once you're in planes that do function like they're supposed to, it's been a great experience on the Xbox. And we'll see what I get. I mean, I'll just stick with the Thrustmaster till it breaks on me. I'm not really picky about flight sticks. As long as it gives me a better experience from a controller, then that's all I'm really looking into. Are the exaggerated winds still a thing? I really haven't really noticed that anymore. Then again, I haven't messed with career mode, so that's probably why as well. Since I've been in the beta, I've been free flight most of the time. Look at that view. Oh, man. What a plane. Be fun to fly in one of these. So, if anybody wants to take me on a flight from Lake Tahoe and a Cessna Corvallis, be sure to let me know. Oh, man. But nice. $400. Oh no, that's just that's that other one. 140. Oh, it's that one. I actually got that one for my dad. I didn't like it. The flight stick, it's very stiff. I didn't like that. So I got it for my dad. That sounds great. I didn't like it, so here you go, Dad. Here's a flight stick. But, yeah, so I have messed with that one. Oh, it's on free flight. Oh, yeah, I've not experienced that. Because I'm always live weather, and some landings are a little windy, but nothing too crazy, a little bit of a crosswind. And then other times there's no wind at all. This could be Sweden, the same ingredients. No doubt. Your dad? How old are you? What? What do you think? I'm like 80 years old or something? What's happening? What is going on? I guess the truth's out. I'm actually 152 years old right now, and my dad is 320. We came from the planet of Mars to come down and play Flight Sim. But nice KW. Always nice getting a good discount going on.
Traffic is 4 o'clock, 2 miles, at 7200, generic _N_N.
Fixed AI pilot issues. Well, considering there is no AI pilot, no. Because it's not here just yet. I think they're kind of planning on Sim Update 4. Yeah, it's weird. I never realized, because, you know, diving back, because I think we'd messed with career mode a little bit the last time we were on the Xbox, and it's weird how the performance is worse. I'm not sure why there's so much going into the back end of it, or what's happening, but yeah, it definitely has a performance drop. Missed that tree. Because, I mean, even flying these smaller general aviation aircraft, you were never getting this smooth of an experience on the Xbox. It was always just hit or miss on what was happening. So it's really nice to be able to enjoy a majority of the aircraft right now on the Xbox. I don't know what my spoilers are, because it's not my normal buttons. So we're just going to hit the brakes, even though I don't want to do that. But always fun flying around here in the sim. What type of... In free flight, I have the AI handling that, which is why I like using that third-party career program that we've been using, because we fly in free flight. But yeah, it's... I don't even know where it is on here. Is it on... is it interface? I don't remember where it is. Online? Oh, I think it's... Is it under assistances? Yes. So if you're flying in free flight, you can have AI radio communications done by AI, which helps out tremendously. They can deal with all the frequency changes and all that crap. So yeah, I have that on for free flight. Yeah, I believe something with the Travolta complex. I mean, that's the way to live, huh? Go outside of your house into your own airliner and take off. I mean, that's just crazy. But alright, everybody, I think that was a good 2 hours of testing there. Obviously, still, I mean, it's just... More so, it's the planes. Like, the any build stuff has always just... I don't know. I think they always have some poorly performing things. But CJ4 is another one. TBM 930. I don't know why that's all of a sudden crashing things too now. But everything else we were flying, of course, the Twin Otter is a cool plane. It needs some work, for sure. And of course, the Corvallis, an awesome aircraft. But yeah, regarding wind and stuff, it's just, we've been doing a lot of free flight flying and in live weather, and I've never really had anything where it's like, oh, it's 100 knot winds hitting our side and all that, because we got 4 knots there. 4 knots. 6 knots. 9. 5. 9. 10 over there. So, I mean, yeah, it's relatively low everywhere. Here, let's go into the storm down here. I'm assuming it's a storm since we got clouds. Oh, 7 knots, not too bad. 5 knots, okay. What about Orlando? Nope, 9 knots there too. 11. Interesting. Let's see. And what are we... but with AI, can you choose a different approach than ATC is directing you to take? Oh, I see what you mean. No, because I think it's just... Because if you set up a flight plan, a basic one in free flight, it's just going to give you a... You know, whatever it sets for you. Of course, if you go to the flight planner online, that's free. That's made by the flight sim team. You can always create your own, and then it'll go off of what you have in your flight plan, if you wanted to do it that way. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to mess with really quick. I guess we can do a helicopter, actually, because we didn't mess with that at all. I keep hitting the wrong button. I do not want to go back to Atlanta again. Let's head to... Let's head to... A little bit of Germany. Let's go to Germany. Köln. I'm glad Hype Performance Group finally realized they have a helicopter in the sim. They're going to finally update the thing. This guy, the H225. Just ridiculous that it's taken that long for them to even do anything with it. It only took Asobo to get on top of it, or not on top of, just telling them like, hey, what's going on here? You guys gonna work on this, or what? Because for a while they were ignoring them, too. And they were probably like, hey, you know what? We can just get another developer to work on it and drop you instead, if that's what you want. Does anybody know if it's possible to turn off passenger cabin lights in the Asobo Max for night flying? I would assume so. Honestly, the wake turbulence, I don't notice it on PC either. I have it all turned on and it just never... Like, you can fly right behind an airliner and it seems like nothing's happening, so... Don't think you're missing out on anything on the Xbox. At least it's not anything too noticeable. All right.
Ground CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 1-2 with Mike. Request taxi for takeoff.
Well, yeah, then that's pretty... I mean, I couldn't answer anyways because I don't fly airliners much. They bore me. But it's just odd that you can't turn off the cabin lighting. That's definitely an oversight.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway tree 2, right via taxiway Alpha, Echo Cross runway 24 Alpha, CTWN 32 underscore, and Foxtrot Lima India 1-2.
I ended up temp patching wind bug was actually turning down turbulence and assistances settings to low. Very interesting, yeah, because it's been pretty tame for me. That's why I'm surprised. But good to know anyways. Hey, search and rescue team, I haven't seen you guys in a while. What is that? Is that supposed to be glass? That is an absolutely horrendous texture. Yikes. And it doesn't look any better when you get closer to it. Alright. It's so nice seeing such a variety of traffic at airports now. Romanian air transport. Nice. But anyways. Oh. I thought they fixed that. I still need to work on it. Just spawns in planes right after you leave. This airport looks pretty cool.
CTWN 32 under and Foxtrot Lima India 1-2. ATC services
go fly to downtown. Have you found someone? To rescue? No. If that's what we're talking about. Yeah, I know Working Title still working on the fact that it's going to be more accurate to what airliners are supposed to be where in the world. Because I would imagine, I mean, where does Aeromexico actually fly to? What countries does Aeromexico fly to? Because are they just North America? And South America? Mexico? Oh no, they go to Europe. Let's see. Japan, South Korea, Spain, the UK. The Netherlands. So if they get over there, you'd think they'd be in Germany. Oh yeah, they go to Frankfurt. They just don't go to Köln. But yeah, so... Oh no, it's terminated. So they used to go there. So, yep. Now they definitely don't go there anymore. Interesting. Alright, now I can actually pay attention to the flying. Don't mind us weaving around. I just wasn't paying... This looks fantastic. Look at this. This is awesome. Oh, I got you, FMJ. Yeah, when you hit the radio button before, or even though you already see them, like, you're supposed to use the radio only when you find a person. Okay. Why are you still at my company? See, now this is nice. This is a great way to wrap up our Xbox adventure. Beautiful photogrammetry down there of the German villages. Great frame rate. Lovely view. Passengers back in the... Are you talking about like free flight adding passengers? Because I know the passengers are still in career mode. Oh, unless Xbox is still gone, right? I doubt they'll ever come back, honestly. Unless they can figure out to limit their performance hit. But, yeah, I doubt they'll come back. If that's what we're talking about. Because I think the Xbox version doesn't have the passengers. Especially in the airliners. But yeah, hopefully we'll have heavy cargo here in the next week or two when this sim update officially releases. At least that's still the goal. It's not a definitive release date, but July 7th is the target. Schnoff. And that's it. I will never not enjoy reading the boat names. Nice. Can you get out of the passenger seat? Take a parachute and get out of my way. You're blocking my nice view. I can't wait to get over into Europe and the Pylops career. Need to buy a hangar and get some stuff because this looks awesome flying around here on the Xbox, so I can only imagine what it looks like on the PC version. And you know what? We're going to land right next to it. This is some trailer footage crap right here. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Breaking the helicopter here. Oof, I don't know what happened to it actually. I wasn't even moving the collective that much. The system almost seemed like it rebooted for some reason. Yeah, I can't wait for the air races stuff as well. Same with the Red Bull things. And then the Reno, soon to be Roswell air races. Here, let's park it up over here by this construction site. Alright. Don't know what the button is for shutdown. Oh wait, it should be this, right? Oh, I thought it was right bumper and hold left down for a while, but... that's fine. Nice. It actually looks really good. Here, let's park this up the front here. We got here at like the perfect daytime as well. Just the sun hitting it. Look at that. So cool. And like others were saying in the chat earlier, that's just what makes Flight Sim so cool. Being able to experience all these things. Go down the roads in a helicopter at abnormally low altitudes.
CJ4 and Foxtrot Lima India 12 is type Airbus helicopter H125, 2 miles west of Echo Delta 6 Charlie Lima, -0. Request flight following.
Yeah, I was doing it. It wasn't working.
Foxtrot Lima India 12 approach. Squawk 6201.
It's probably doing that one thing where it's just
Squawk 6201. CTWN
not functioning like it's supposed to. That's alright, I'm not really too worried about it anyways.
CTWN 32 and Foxtrot Lima India 12. Radar contact 1 miles north of Echo Delta 971, 400. QNH 1025.
Roger. CTWN 32 and Foxtrot Lima India 12.
Man. I will never not love 3D photogrammetry in just flight sim and maps, anything like it's just awesome. So much more enjoyable to fly around a world that actually looks like it's supposed to, as opposed to just generic plopped buildings. Seeing all the cool architecture and the old structures. It's cool. That's where we can wrap it up. Land in the stadium of FC Köln. Missed that tower here. I don't know why it freaks out like that lately, because I'm not even adjusting it much. It kind of just gets very angry. I'm sure they won't mind us landing on the field. Or I guess it's called a pitch, right? In football terms. Fußball. Come on. Go down a little bit. Alright, here's right bumper and down. We'll see if it does it this time. I see warning lights are coming. Is it actually doing something, or... Hey, Exotic, welcome to the stream. There you go, it'll eventually shut off. But there we have it, everybody. Another adventure inside the Xbox version of the flight sim. I think it's getting there. Especially just, it's a much more enjoyable experience with general aviation aircraft and helicopters, I think. Obviously, there's still room for improvement, but a lot of it was planes that are having issues on PC as well. So it's not just an Xbox issue like the CJ4. And of course, just anything any builds is always relatively ridiculous with performance needs for whatever reason. But I'm definitely glad for the Xbox players that they're finally getting the experience that should have been there since the start. Because again, like I said, there's still, you know, room for improvement, of course. But it's way, way better than it ever was. No doubt about it. So I'm going to go play some foosball a little bit, and I'll leave you there. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as always, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.